So, shout out to the Pistons. They got a big win yesterday versus the Toronto Raptors. Beat their ass. Paul Reed was hooping. Even without Beef Stew, Isaiah Stewart. I mean, Caris LeVert came alive a little bit in that third quarter. Let's talk about Caris LeVert. So I did a short, which, got some interesting, good response. And I was like, let me do a full video so I can really explain what my point is. So I was saying they should put Caris LeVert in the starting lineup. And a lot of people are like, no. I mean, I just feel like, baby, if he can't catch his rhythm coming off the bench. Everybody ain't instant offense. Some dudes need to catch a rhythm. Everybody can't come off the bench and be a productive scorer. That's the crazy thing about it. Everybody can't come off the bench and be a productive scorer. So maybe Caris LeVert, he just needs to honestly be in the starting lineup for a couple weeks and see if he can find a rhythm being a starter. So it's kind of hard to come off that bench, come off that bike on the sideline, and then just start scoring. Maybe he just need to be in the game from the beginning, catch a rhythm, and then you might be able to get him to score. But what we know, maybe he's fighting an injury. He's fighting vertigo and he's fighting a few other things, knee issues, but maybe, just starting him for him to catch a rhythm from the beginning of the game, then coming off the bench cold, something can happen. What's the downside to it is, you do get another scorer. He's more of a scorer than a shooter, but you get another ball handler out there with Cade and Arsar Thompson. So, but you don't get the pure shooter that you get from Duncan Robinson. So you get another guy that like to handle the ball. Ain't shooting well this season. He's not shooting well this season, but maybe if you put him in that starting lineup, he starts shooting better. In the game, catching the rhythm. Cade gonna find you. You get another guy that can put it on the floor, another guy that can slash, another guy that can take him off the dribble. You get a good shooter when he's on. You get an upgrade defensively from Duncan Robinson, so you got another good defender out there. Kevin Huerter's another guy. He's shooting the ball terrible. And we're seeing that the shooting mechanics just not going to change, or the shooting is not going to change since he put a Piston jersey on. So he's getting some really good looks, but lucky for him, he's a good finisher. He can put the ball on the ground. But you hope that he can actually, really, find that jump shot. That's what you're hoping. That he really can find that jumper. I'm racing a Nissan, so I'm about to smoke this bitch. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, you're not getting in front of me, buddy. Sorry, buddy. I've been racing him for 4 cities. Yeah, suck my dick. Respectfully. Wasn't getting in front of me, bucko. Wasn't happening. He like, oh, man. Yeah, fucking Nissan. Fucking pussy. Thank you. That move out our way so we can get to where we got to get to. It taking forever to get over. The further you come out, I'm just saying I'm going 96 west where color folks ain't supposed to be. These old people out here cannot drive. Yeah, this sister can't drive. This I guarantee it's an old person. Maybe not. Old people don't drive Priuses. Yup, knew it. Knew it. Oh, come on, bro. You wasn't just thinking about getting over. The American flag F-150. I can't stand these people out here, man. I can't wait till I start working back in the city. I can't wait. The suburban drivers suck. The only good thing about the suburban drivers, honestly, they got insurance versus y'all in the city. But back to Caris LeVert. I mean, I want to see if he can catch a rhythm. People say, no. Why not? Why not? Is it going to hurt? No. You going to pick up the bare minimum. You're going to pick up defensively. And he might find a rhythm. What else do y'all say? Y'all just cut his minutes? And I'm going to talk about Sasser too. But I was having a conversation with somebody about Sasser. I'm going to talk about him. But at some point, I get him. That's JB Bickerstaff guy from Cleveland. You know, that's his man's right hand, left hand, 300 gram Sam. But at some point, adjustments has to be made. And I know the Pistons are playing well, but let me tell you this. You better not pout. You better not cry. At some point in this championship journey, you're going to need Caris LeVert. You're going to need Caris LeVert. Either the strategy has to be, you have to do something now while you have the cushion. My something now is to see what he looked like for a couple weeks in the starting lineup. You might unlock something. Somebody was like, what do you do? Put him at the 4? No, you don't put him at the 4. You take Duncan out. And after a couple weeks, and it don't work, especially when you go through an easy stretch, and it don't work, guess what? Move him back to the bench. Then maybe we go back to the strategy board. Maybe we just say, let's talk about you attacking more. Or let's talk about putting Sasser in that position to take those shots. You know, let's talk about you. But him and Herter, if they can jumpstart Herter and him, the Pistons gonna have a way easier chance at the championship. They need them. But at the end of the day, if you can't get that, and they both are really solid defenders, you know, if you can't get that, their adjustments need to be made. Do I like to see them get Jeremy Sokan? Yeah, I would like to see that. But adjustments need to be made. Then it needs to be the Marcus Sasser show, and I'm gonna talk about that. I gotta write that in my notes. But an adjustment has to be made. Because y'all are looking at, oh, they got a good, when the playoff comes, it's a different ball game. When that half court come, we need to be able to depend on somebody else to get that bucket. And to be honest with you, the prime candidates outside of Duran is to really be that scorer is Jenkins, Sasser, but really the two you need that's really gonna punch your ticket to championship is Herter and Caris LeVert. And I'm just thinking, like, damn, if they was able to get to kill Alexander Walker, bro, do you understand, dog? The Pistons probably would be still in, they probably would only have like 5 losses, bro. If he hooped like he hooped in Atlanta, they probably would only have 5 losses right now. Because he would be the starter. Boy, oh boy. And I get it. He probably having tons of fun in Atlanta. He's probably, you know, but boy, oh boy, Nickeil Alexander Walker had you brought your Canadian black ass to the Detroit Pistons. Oh my God. Do you understand? Oh, that would have been a great, but who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have been a great basketball fit. Maybe he wouldn't be able to find his rhythm in Detroit. But shout out to him, man. I know he had that little spill in with the fans and shit. Like, and I say this, man. I haven't went to a Pistons game this year. My schedule been hectic. They lost every game I went to last year. But let me say this. Y'all be talking reckless as hell in that crowd. I don't blame Troy Weaver for jumping up. They be talking the most reckless shit in the crowd, bro. They be saying, man, bro, they would never say that in the players, in another man's face. The shit they be saying in that crowd, because I sit pretty close. I'd be looking like, are y'all crazy? If he came up here and beat your ass, I'd probably help him. I'd probably go help him. Right. Left. I'd probably hold him down like, whoa. Out the Black Rob. I'd probably hold him down so he can whoop your ass. Like, y'all be talking reckless shit at Little Caesars. That need to be said, dog. Y'all be talking. That's one thing I don't like about Little Caesars. And me personally, one thing I liked about when I went to the College Michigan game a couple years ago, I liked it was no before they changed the rule. I like it was no alcohol. I ain't with that drunk shit, man. I hate drunk people. Especially at public events, I ain't with that, bro. I'm not with it. I like an environment with no alcohol, a good, clean environment, you know, with no alcohol. So that's just my opinion on it. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.